Well, good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to the Bottomline discussion. Today is another fascinating discussion we're going to have, Mama Liberia International. And before we get into it, I want to say good evening to all of you. Welcome to the Bottomline. How you guys doing? Francie?
Yeah, thanks, Paul. I'm doing good. Thank God for another day. Look forward to a very interesting discussion here this evening, and I hope you and Linfa are doing well.
Yeah, yeah. Linfo, if you can hear how you doing, my brother, talk to us. And then we'll get into what's on your mind and all that. Then we'll play some intro while we're sharing the show.
Okay, I just want to say thank you all for coming this evening because uh, it's not my system is down. I've been trying to get it up, but luckily I think I'm trying to sort of something. But it's good to be here tonight on the discussions, on the bottom line discussions, and we hope to discuss the issues at hand. It's a lot of dramas unfolding in our country right now, so we'll be happy to be a part of the discussions tonight.
Yeah, I think we should more focus on Liberia tonight because what is happening over there is quite interesting with the political situation, the criminal case, all that. I think we should dive into it. So, Francis, what's on your mind before I bring Linford in? You
Well,
muted.
what's on my mind? It's a lot of things on my mind. Um, we one would have thought that the Capitol building saga was laid to rest after the election of Kun as the new speaker, and all of the major players agreed to have him. That is both the minority and the majority black. Now he now presides over them. One would have thought that that was the end of it, and proceed with work of government. But the whole case are taking a new trend where there's a lawsuit um, holding Kofa and others responsible for what they call arson attack on the Capitol building, and so that's one of the things on my mind. I've been thinking, uh, what if Kofa had remained the chair? I mean, the Speaker of the House. Will he have been held, responsible for that, or is it that they just want to, you know, say, well, this guy he thought he was there, so we'll try to break his wing, and then we'll go to the family of Samuel Doe, or it is alleged that they refuse cows that former president we are give them actually towards a burial of their mother, but it is alleged that they refused that gift. So I think it's interesting to talk about it from other angles.
Okay, great. Francis, what say you? What's on your mind? You muted, bro.
What is on my mind has to do with Liberians in general. When and how will we emancipate our minds from everything being political? It's very troubling for our country. We don't know. I don't know when will we ever graduate from such a mindset, or probably emancipate our minds from such a psyche behavior. So this is a lot on my mind because everything in that bureau has to be politicized, has to be politics. I mean, from adding administration to re-administration to this administration, everything bonus, everything that happened is about politics. It has to be politicized. So that was on my mind. It's troubling for me.
Great. Wow. So let me give your mind on what's on my mind is Liberia. And Liberia, are we the country called Liberia where I come from? Is it a serious country? In the 21st century, we just been elected to serve to go back as non-permanent member of the Security Council, and then a few days later, boom, trouble start in Liberia. Are we serious people in our country? Do we take Liberia serious? We have a government that came to power since then. The impasse in the house, this other thing that just happened, is going to drag for another 8 to 12 months. Are they really serious to govern that country? That's what on my mind. Are they really serious? The other countries around us leaving us behind, and we always in some mess, complete mess. So yeah, that's what on my mind. And to our viewers, you also joining us here. This is the Bottomline discussion. Liberia is the more focused point today. What is happening in Liberia? Are we serious? Is Liberia a serious country? When will we get it straight? So we'll take a quick
No,
uh
Paul. Yeah,
uh
Paul. Quickly before we take our commercial break, one thing that is going on in the country is a land issue. This John Yabuti man owns property in Imam Barkley. He owns property in battery factory. He's going around breaking people homes that cost $50 to $100,000. I don't know what is going on in Liberia. That's an issue that we need to discuss. One man owns
he
17 acres of land. One man owns 20 acres of land. When John Yaboti is just uh he probably be in his 70s by now. When did he buy all those lands? Because people were living there. Up from Ghana's Patriot Fight to that era, people were living there. How did he buy like, all those lands? Where
but
they
let's
lands
see
were
battery factory or government land.
was it bequeathed to him by his parents, or how did he buy all the lands?
That's
Yeah, okay,
interesting.
guys. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we'll take
bro.
a quick commercial break to our audience. Kindly share the show. When we come back, we're going to dive into the situation in Liberia. We'll avoid international today, but we'll focus on Mama Liberia. It's quite interesting what is happening in Liberia. So let's take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we dive into our program.
Di Lorenzo, G Grace. Hems vocal, Liberia number one vocal, Liberia number one, right? Okay.
The phrase, a new sheriff is in town, does not only belong to law enforcement. How about the introduction of Liberia's premier vodka, a quality and customized liquor for all occasions? Try the flavor of your choice. Ham's Vodka, Ham's Honey, Ham's Bitter, and Ham's Original Vodka. Ham's Vodka has no hangover. That's why they say Papa drank Mama happy. Ham's Vodka is sold in all stores, shops, supermarkets, and entertainment centers in Liberia. For wholesale, contact Hans Vodka at 0777 001114, 0777 000 We can also be reached via social media on Facebook and IG at Hans Vodka or www.hansvodka.com. In the United States, please contact Hans North America Incorporated at 610-543-9289, 484-888-1622, 484-755-8411. Hans Vodka is approved by the U.S. federal government. Hans Vodka brings out the real man in you.
I tell you in my boy in my blood. Every time when I stay on the block, everybody knows it. We outside. And forgot that number one. Oh, from Liberia all around. In supermarket store and everywhere. And forgot that number one. Oh.
Welcome to the Bottomline discussion. Gentlemen, it's good to be back here. And to our viewers, we want you to kindly share the show. We're going to dive into Liberia. Francie, Linford, what's going on in Liberia? 5 lawmakers were arrested for burning the Capitol building. 4 went to prison, 1 went home. For some reason, people are seeing this now become very political instead of the main issue. So there were hearing today. So I just want to get your view first before we dive into the newspaper. What's going on in Mama Liberia? Are we serious? That's my question tonight. Francis?
Yes, I mean, no, I mean, what make Liberians? What make us not serious? I mean, to ask you the question, what make us not serious? Because 5 lawmakers went to jail.
I will give you my answer. None but the 5 lawmakers, Liberia, the impasse that they have for 8 months, 7 months, removing speaker unnecessarily. In normal country, you not found that there. If you want to remove somebody, go by the process. So the question is Liberia a serious country? Is Liberia banana?
Liberia is very serious. Liberia has not been serious than it is now.
Great. So, according to Francis, Liberia is a serious country. Linford, what say you? To me, Liberia is not a serious country. That's my view. Let me hear you, Linford.
Well, well, it depends on the spectrum from which one looks at Liberia. So Liberia, Liberia as a country is a serious country, but the people who make the policies, people who lead, and the people who are being affected by the action of the leaders is what make is what brings about our question whether Liberia is a serious country. And like I said before, we had a standoff at the Capitol building, which is the seat of the first branch of government, from where one can say that the lifeblood of the government is, because if the lawmakers say today we're stopping this thing, it will stop the president out of veto it or stuff like that. But we had a standoff there for 6-7 months, and finally it was resolved through election of a new speaker, and I mean they went back to work. But then the government, of course, the burning of the Capitol building was a crime, a crime against the state. So the government had to, of course, look into that. And but it's difficult to say because there were 2 opposing forces at the Capitol. Sorry, God, for the noise. There were 2 opposing forces at the Capitol. But time to investigate this whole stuff, they choosing one side of the 2 opposing forces. They picking the people from there to carry them, so it makes it questionable. Nobody's saying that the crimes at the Capitol building should go unpunished. They should be punished. They should be punished. But if you do it in a way, because from the onset of this whole case here, we suspected the involvement of the executive in it, that the president himself could just go on his part right away without being briefed, because we didn't see him being briefed, whether he was briefed behind closed door or whatever. But he came out of prejudice verdict that this was arson, it was done by what it was he used, So it makes it questionable.
Awesome.
Mr. Hooligans.
Hooligans. He said it was done by hooligans, and we know that no hooligans works at the Capitol building, so that the whole thing is questionable.
Right. Welcome, Mr. Dolly. Good to have you here on our discussion. Linford with his drop off, he will come back. So welcome to the show. It's good to see you. What did we're talking about Mama Liberia, and my question here to everyone was: is Liberia a serious question or a country? Because things just going in my mind, things not going the way it's supposed to as a normal country. Everything just going head to skelter. So that's what I asked the question: is Liberia a normal country or a serious country? We have 7 months of political wrangling between lawmakers, taking money, not doing the work, riding BB cars, people still selling cold water, plenty cheap on the street, children not going to school, hospitals the same, people struggling. But among those thieves, I've called it the thieves, we always get some sort of thing happening. Now, 5 of them were arrested for burning the Capitol building. And this now become another political theater we enter in. That's what I ask. Are we a serious country? Welcome, Padole. Francie asked me, say, why is it serious? So I'll welcome you, and then we'll dive into the discussion. What say you?
You want me to comment on that, or you waiting for Francie first?
Yeah, I just asking. Is Liberia a serious country from one end, from one fight to another fight, and people still selling cool water between cars? People can't go to hospital. They don't have money. Unemployment is high, and
Yeah.
lawmakers fighting among themselves, executive. What is going on in Liberia?
Yeah, I would like to say this. Liberia is a serious country, but many of the inhabitants are not serious-minded people. That's a problem we have. However, the country is a very serious country. The country have so many history where anybody can live on to achieve better life in that country. But many of our people, brothers and sisters in that country, are not serious-minded people. That's a problem we have. But the nation itself is a serious country. That's what I can tell you.
That's the problem we have. Thank you, Padole. So, Francie, you asked me the question, I gave you my answer. So, what say you?
I told you emphatically that Liberia is a serious country. Liberia is a serious country. We have serious government now that is leading the right direction. That is putting everything that was not right in the past year. This government has begun to set those things into motion so that future governments will follow. So yeah, we as a country we may have had some problems along the way. Yes, like any other country could have had, but still, Liberia is making progress, and then and I believe this is a serious country, and it will be better.
It will be better. Great. All right. We know that 5 lawmakers were arrested, charged for burning the Capitol building on Friday, but then one of them was sent home on Friday because there are 2 parties involved, Unity Party and CDC. The CDC lawmaker were kept over the weekend. The Unity Party lawmaker were sent home. And yesterday, the other 4 came out. So this is the situation we face with the police RG came up with all of the layout. So today, 10 o'clock, they want to code for the lawyers and everyone to hear all of these charges with evidence that they were going to provide. But then what happened here today, this is the newspaper article from what went on. So the police and the prosecutor could not provide all of the satellite images that they have, the connection. So the defense is saying this is based on hearsay. So the case should not be dismissed. If you guys follow the story today, I just want your input on this. So, France say this government is heading the right direction,
Look,
which is good to hear. And
Paul,
this is a situation where
let all legal activities, legal issues around the world, the defense will definitely ask the court to dismiss cases. They did. The judge denied most of the motions at the time, according to other newspapers. That besides Front Page Africa or whatever. But this story says that they know that at the point in time, certain motions were were asked to be uh, dropped, and then the judge denied it. So it does not mean that opposition the defense will come. The defense, if they ask the court to drop charges, it means that the case has no merits. This is a common legal strategy. Uh, Lawyers will come out and say, if you kill today, if you kill today, and they saw you killing somebody and you confess, you go to court, the judge, the defense will ask the judge to dismiss the case because they think they would in their mind the defense strategy would be that it has no merit. So yeah. So that's just a legal or normal legal procedure.
okay. Let me bring Padole in here, and we'll leave for Padole. You serve you serve as a prosecutor before, and it's good we have you on the show. You work at the Justice Ministry. The RG came up with all of these things that they have video evidence, graphic evidence, they have satellite, the movement of people, all the big terminology that gave it. So today in court, isn't this where they should have laid out some of these things so the defense lawyer can now and the prosecutor can have this thing to formally charge these people. So with all the lawyers are saying that hearsay case, what say you, Padot, before we go to Linford?
All right. Thank you very much. What Francis just said, that's the realities in prosecuting matter. When the prosecutor go to the court, all evidence they have on hand, it cannot be produced initially. So maybe they might have sufficient evidence to associate what they're doing. Because at the end of the day, if they cannot prove their case, the defender then they have a right to sue the government and sue the police for wasting their time for the defamation of character. So, but initial stage, you can present something to start a case with. When the defenders deny, they say that we are not the ones, then he can bring proof to nail the defender. That can happen in the process of the prosecution. So that could be the case of Coma then today. Initially, just put the case forward and keep the relevant evidence on hand. When the appropriate time comes to present it. If you don't have, but what a defense lawyer did, that's a way that every defense lawyer will do in terms of prosecution. You will always say, my client is innocent, and in fact, the information these people are giving is non propaganda and here and there, and I move that the case being thrown out of a window. You leave the judge to know that the case is relevant or irrelevant. So that what I can say in this thing here. I work at the Ministry of Justice for 7 years. I know prosecutor officers, then the solicitor general, and things. Then they always go to the court and argue. Myself, I've been prosecuted by government before. I know what happened. So these are the situations I can see.
Okay. Thank you, Padoli. Oh, Linfa, you hold the two former law enforcement officers on this program. They have given. What your take on this today? With Neri hearing that took place at the, the, the Temple of Justice.
Well, I think this is a normal procedure in any legal proceedings where the defense and the prosecutors will have to take their stance or their various stance. For instance, the defense uh, lawyers are saying that the government or the prosecutor does not have sufficient evidence against their clients. So they are calling for the case to be dismissed by the court. Now it is left at this juncture, it is left with the prosecutors to say, no, court or judge, we cannot let you dismiss this case because here are the evidence, here are the reasons why we brought these people here. These are strong evidence to convict them that they did it right. Okay. And then it is left also with the defense. See, the defense here is not going to give evidence. I don't know how it works much, but I know the defense is not going to say, okay, yeah, the defense has nothing to prove. That's why I think the people who did law, they say the burden of proof lies on the shoulders of the accuser. So if I say Paul took my pair of shoes and I carry Paul to the court, it is me. Paul got nothing to produce. Paul said, I didn't do it. But you, Linford, come. You say they may take your shoes, bring the shoes. Or, prove it that you took it. So now the defense say, no, Josh, dismiss this case here. These people, they are wasting our time. Our client do nothing. So it is the prosecutor now who will say, okay, no, we got evidence. Here are the evidence. So we wait to see whatever, because the judge can say, okay, the case is dismissed, as long as the prosecutor do not present any evidence. So you can't be keeping the people there when they are accused and you cannot show reasons why they're accused. So we wait to see what the court will do. It is the action of the court that will probably prompt the judge, or the prosecutors to present. And we have seen this thing work out before. Mr. Cummings was accused of fingering document. We went to court. They even wanted to do similar thing that they did to Kofa by carrying him, to disgrace him, by putting him in jail and putting on bench and all these things. Only to find out that the prosecutor or the government at the time did not have any evidence. Okay, or the accusers did not have evidence. And we have seen several cases like this before. So we're waiting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, to buttress what
Great. So let me
excuse me, Paul. Let me just give strength to what my brother just said. Relatively, in terms of criminal proceeding, situation like that, the accuser have more bearing to prove the case than the defender. The defender will sit down to defend whatever allegation, but he's not there to prove anything on his end. So we will wait to hear from the government, because if the government wastes good time, the government will bear the consequences. In a civilized country, the government can bear the consequences, but in African's prosecution system that I know of, whatever government do to you, God have done it to you, so just leave it with God.
And Paul, let me just add, the kind of charge or the charges on these guys, and like arson case is a difficult case. It's not. It's one of the cases that you have to prove. You got to prove. It's not like like financial mismanagement. You got bottom slip. You see the man stole X $1 million, you can bring a bottom slip, and isn't that arson attempt? Arson charges, criminal conspiracy. Doing the law enforcement, you charge with criminal conspiracy. It's an easier charge. It's easier the charging of criminal facilitation and criminal conspiracy. But arson charge, they might have you might have a overburden of evidence to support your claim. It's a forensic, you know, so that's a serious charge. So I hope the government uh, will adduce all the evidence that they have, as the case proceeds, as go along. Yeah, I just wanted to add that.
And
Yeah,
and then I think for
Right.
it's getting
So,
interesting that
so
everybody
leave
got an
for
ask a
leave for
question.
Francis,
no leave for
okay, go
Francis
on.
says some. Hold on, Adol, because
Okay,
what Francis said is a difficult thing to prove because you got to do forensic and all that, and because uh, the thing are liquid, it can evaporate, and then. But they say they have all of this evidence because Gregory Coleman told the nation that they even have satellite images and the moving part of all of this. So they say they have the evidence. But there's something here I want to bring this up because people are saying in Liberia that this case is not about the actual incident, it's about witch hunt. And people are saying, why is it that 5 lawmakers were arrested, 4 went to jail, the other lawmaker from the other party, the ruling party, went home? What led to that? So the argument now that is being a witch hunt. What say you? I will start
yeah,
with Padoli and I'll end with Francie.
yeah. Listen, let me
This
tell
is
you
the
something.
thought in the town.
Listen.
Yeah.
The police have a discretionary power in terms of investigating or prosecuting people. What I got, the information I got on
Okay.
the news of the lady, the lawyer came and decided to sign for her on the basis of health problem. They produce a medical report to substantiate that this woman need to be on some care. So based on that, the police use their discretion to allow the woman to be signed for by the lawyer. I don't see any big problem with that. But people will look at it as a political situation because the lady that was released to the lawyer is a member of the ruling party. So people will look at it that way. As for me, from my argument on the whole episode is, as a professional investigator, I believe that police, Liberian police, we are trained with sensitive investigation. But the only thing that can kill our technique and mechanisms of conducting investigation sometimes when the political motivation come in or the corruption aspect come in, then it becomes very difficult for us to do professional work in Liberia. Because I travel many of our West African countries, visited the police headquarters then when I was working to Minister of Justice. Liberia police have more sensitive and professional investigation technique than Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Ivory Coast. But the thing that is
At that time now,
at that time it could be possible with this as in Liberia. But anyway, but the thing that happening right now, uh, uh, Lanford, politics have go into Liberian national security too much to extend that it's very difficult for a professional investigator to do the professional thing. That's what it means. People taking side politically. Even at the jury center, I told you I have been prosecuted before by the government. At the jury center, in the midst of the juries, they have sometimes they can take political sides. So it's very difficult. Liberia has become a safe country where politics is eating everything. So that way I was say concerned about the release of the
Hmm.
woman. I don't see any problem with that professionally.
Yeah. I know Yeah, that friend say come in because this is the situation now. It become CDC for the Unity Party, and the scene is a witch hunt from the other end. Friend say, what say you?
Yeah, look, Paul. I mean, they shouldn't come as a surprise to you that the opposition will call a witch hunt. This is a stand-up procedure in law enforcement. At the time, the lady in question uh, was released from police custody. Uh, her, the other four people, the other four suspects, uh, their lawyers did not come at the time, and Papdori he can attest to that. After 6 o'clock, your lawyers should be before 6 o'clock. Your lawyers should be able to come to release you on with some legal reason, medical condition, and the police can judge that you not a flight risk, that you cannot run away. I've been following the case, and I've listened to all the radio stations, even those who were shouting, yo, 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 yo. They brought legal people on the stations and as guests. And they verified or they corroborated what I just said. That, hey, there was nothing wrong with that lady lawyer going. But it's just that we, the people, the ordinary people who do not know the law or who do not understand the criminal justice system, they are the ones going around shouting. But lawyers have helped to educate the people as to why that lady left. Even with the speaker, the former speaker Kofa, who is a lawyer, who he knows that, but before 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you should have somebody to file your bond. He did not do it.
Let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me ask you this question, friends. Say, hold right there. If someone is called in 9 o'clock in the morning and being charged, isn't that where you take the person to court for them to be charged by the court, and then they can import a bond power? But if you wait until 6 o'clock when
it doesn't,
because this is what people are seeing. So talk to
it
us.
doesn't work that way. Look,
okay.
I mean, we should
get two people that work in, so Padre will come in.
I'm telling you, look, police have so many ways to operate.
Go on.
Police has so many ways to operate. Police we can call you, we say fool you to come because they know you're. They call it. Say we'll have a discussion with you, friendly discussion. They come, you come to the HQ. They start interrogating you. They build their case up to 6, 7, up to 5:30, 5:30, 6 o'clock, or 5:30, 5:45, or something. They charge you. The police can charge you with this, with a crime, and then they follow you to court. It's in the court that you can ask, your lawyer can ask for a bond or bill to free you. The police do not. It is not close the authority to do that. But they can only give you charge. They charge you with this S Y Z Z. The court is the one who has the authority to do that.
So this is the point people are making now. This is the point. The police knew that the court would be closed. They cannot take the client to court. The
No,
police
no,
knew
no,
that. So they
no, no,
charged them
no.
after the court were closed.
Yeah, but
You see,
the magisterial courts open on Saturday. The magisterial courts open on Saturday from I think from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. The magisterial courts are open. All the other the circuit courts, all the other courts are closed. But the magisterial court is open on Saturdays just for this for this kind of situation.
the reason why I'm bringing this up because you said the woman lawyer went in and the other people, their lawyer didn't go in. So I'm saying, by the time they charged them, so this is what on that particular Friday, I'm not talking about the Saturday. So it's because they knew that the court would be closed and they charged them after the court were closed. But then how come the woman and Padoli said the police used their discretion that, oh, she can go. But
Yeah,
then
that is
where
true.
was this, the former speaker? Was he a flight rate to the country? So why they couldn't call and bring them back on Saturday? So we just want clarity, that's all.
Yeah, Paul, let me comment, please. Certain thing happening this issue here, maybe Francis try to play party politics in the thing here. But here's the situation. Because I'm monitoring this situation every level of it. I'm monitoring it from the front.
So, Padoli, you want to play opposition politics in the now?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm talking from a professional. I'm giving my professional view on it.
Yeah, that's your opinion. That's what I'm saying.
No, not opinion. It's a professional view. That's not opinion. I'll tell you what it is.
Okay. Let me just come in. Well, here's the situation. The information we are collecting as an investigator, you make your conclusion based on the fact that you collect, the information you collect. You understand? In the case here, they took 5 people to the police headquarters, 9 o'clock in the morning. They kept, 7 of them went there, 9 o'clock in the morning. They were there. The other 2 that they decided to leave them, go home, free them, were in another area. The 5 were in one other conference room. No investigation, no cross-examination, no discussion, nothing absolutely. Like what Francis said.
No, Mr. Tony, I will hold you right there. You cannot say this. No, I will let that slide.
Yeah, let me finish.
You are never even no cross-examination. There was no question asked.
They never asked them anything because I got video to all these things I'm telling you. So if you want me to send it to you, I can send it to you. Those that were the 5 people in their conference room up to 5 o'clock gave this statement. These people were kept there from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, no question. Nothing. You understand? They never asked them, they never say anything to them. Even Faneto Kofa was leaving, they have to go and call him to the gate. He said, no. The director said he must come back. That was in the evening. When he came back, then he kept him in his conference room with the other 4 people. Apparently, I don't have no evidence to that effect. Apparently, the lady that was released on the basis of the health condition, the lawyer have gone to where and do so much. Because the lawyer that we're talking about is the lady husband, and secondly, he's a member of the Unity Party. The lady also is a member of Unity Party. Right. So let me finish, please. You know what happened? What we're looking at here, as a rational person, you look at the element that constitute the act. What surrounding the activities, these are the things that people look at. So they kept the 5 people over asking them any question, over telling them the reason why they're there for. You say the director will talk to you, Until after 5, the king with the chassis and say, well, in fact, we have already concluded that you people are charged for criminal conspiracies, criminal manipulation, and blah, 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 assaults, all the kind of level charges were leveled against them. At the time that they never tell them that they were coming to charge them. Because if you call somebody, because the case has been on over 5 months, the charges might have been prepared a week before, calling these people to the police station. So if you call somebody to come, you know you're going to charge the person that day, and the people came there in the morning, 9 o'clock, immediately you're supposed to tell them the reason why you call them for, and tell them we got your charges. Charge here and there, and rest of it. We're going to prosecute you. You know what do that. So these are the reasons why people are saying is a political case. You understand what I'm saying? But him as a
so I get it. So let me give Francis. Did Francis had this? He disagree with you.
What's your argument?
So from Francis, I bring in Linford because Linford is patient. Francis, you say you disagree with what part of
the thing is that
leading. So talk to
Mr. Dolly cannot tell us here that those suspects were invited to the police station. They were in the interrogation room.
You were never in the interrogation room. You were in the conference room.
But whatever room it is, once he be asked question, is it interrogation?
Yes, interrogation can even be on the street, no problem.
Exactly.
But I'm telling you, there was not asked.
So 12. So they've been there. He said from 9 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening. They're looking at each other, talking normal thing, and by the time they reach by 5:30 or 5:45, the police say, "You guys, we charge you so or arson charge." I think this is unfair to the Liberian National Police, and actually unfair to our viewers. We should not be the ones to be carrying out misinformation in such a manner. The fact is that my younger brother, Yonsei, he doesn't know anything about law enforcement.
So
he does not.
So Francis,
he doesn't know anything about policing. So people you got the right to write what you want to say. I'm speaking from a professional police background as a former police officer trained. Okay. That's the procedure.
Let me bring in Linford because the reason why people are saying this is a witch hunt, and these are the things that happen because I listened to before Linford coming out the night of that incident. Spoon Network, I followed them, and Musa Bedete appeared on the Spoon Network. He said he was in a room with them. There were no interview. They waited until the court closed, and then they came up at 5 o'clock to charge them. But then people are saying if they charge the 5 people, are those 5 people, are they rich to the country that you free one and left one that you could not bring them back? So this is the situation now. People are saying it's a wish on Linford. What say you? You hear the counter argument between the 2 police officers, the former police officer here. What say you?
The entire case is a political case. It's been prejudiced. I mean, it's just a formality of going to the court, but in their minds, in the mind of the government, these people are guilty. They are the one who it's just that they have to go. If they leave it alone, there are no, the public will not cry out or whatever. They will just bundle these guys and go put them in jail. But again, you got to look at circumstances surrounding. You took these people and carried them on Saturday, and you kept them at the police station for so long. Okay, until almost time to close, when the insurance companies, the banks that are supposed to be, that the people are supposed to go to file for bonds, they are all closed before you start establishing case and investigation against them. Where did you expect them to go, even if they have to file in bond? And again, another troubling news that we've been getting, that have been you know uh, filling the air, is that the governor of the central bank, a few weeks before, somewhere in the middle of May, he put a moratorium on any insurance company, any bank giving people bonds. That means he stopped there. Now, I don't know whether it's legal or not, or whether it's in his standard operation it's part of his standard operation procedures. I don't know. But if that happened, something fishy is happening. And then some man will sit and think, this case have been with the government. It's the government that is prosecuting the case. So the government cleverly designed this thing. Say no.
Linford, sorry, I have for Linford,
Yeah.
Linford. Let me cut you 1 minute. I have a caller here who want to say something about this case here because that his office is dealing with. Call up, give your name and tell us where you're calling from.
Thank you, Paul Juroblet, and good evening to our studio guests and our panelists. Thank you for affording me the opportunity. Here speaks Samuel Jossen Wieser from Germany, Bremen, specifically. And I have been privileged to serve in that particular department as it relates to special investigation, Liberia National Police, for 8 years, serving as Deputy Chief Investigator for Special Investigation Unit that is responsible for fraud investigation, arson, and as well as money laundering. So the issue of arson, I think I could have a little.
Oh, we lost the caller. He will call back. He was trying to be sure. He said he worked in that department. Let me see if I can get a caller back, guys. Linford, please flow.
Okay, yeah, like I was saying, if the allegation that the central bank put freeze on all banks not to give, provide opportunity for people to get bond. So it means the government calculated this and said, "Oh, listen, we're going to take this guy to court, but this particular case is a bailable offense. So in case we take them to court, they will be able to, file in bond very fast, and they will not go to jail." The whole purpose is to try to degrade somebody's character, to make somebody to look, like we saying, like, to make a person to look small. Oh yeah, and we'll put a guy in jail, and we'll put them in jail. That's it. And trust me, their case might not go anywhere. They can put these guys in jail, and today, if the way that their defense lawyers call for dismissal of the case, it might be dismissed. We're not hear anything about it again. Trust me. It will just be one of the cases that have been in court and back, and that's it. Fiatudu. But I think there was a motive for doing this. So if the caller is ready, the caller can flow. And for instance, you cannot challenge. The caller is telling what he has done in that respect. So we hope, because he said he doesn't know anything about policing.
Okay, I have the caller back here. Caller, you can speak.
Okay. Thank you so much. I don't want to dwell too much on the issue. It's just about clarity. I think the law is the law, and to respond precisely to Badode, I don't want you to look at everything from the other microscope. Then look at the lens. Police does not bond people out. It is rather the word is guaranteed. Once a lawyer want to sound for their client from police custody, it is called guarantee, which is not any lawyer right, which is not any suspect right, but rather at the clear and sole discretion of police. So the only thing that will violate a suspect right is when police detain them beyond the statutory period of between 48 hours And when the case is a grief case, set to 72 hours. If they are detained beyond on police custody for that hour, then their rights are being violated. There is no violation on these people where police have probable cause to keep them even from morning to night without talking to them. That means police have already generated their evidence. The fact with me that the charge sheet justified that they were not kept there for nothing. Let it be clear.
Okay.
So if police have deemed it expedient that due to SYC reason for which we can justify it, for which we guarantee the person, that shouldn't be an issue. It's at their discretion. Sometimes I am one of the person that very critics of the current leadership of Gregory, his political administration of the police. But on this matter, let us be very frank and blunt to the issue. What is right, we should place it there. There was no violation of these suspects' rights, especially under police custody. Even when they are called at 6 a.m. in the morning and they delay them, there is no question they asked. It was still justified by the charge sheet that is sent to court, and it did not exceed the statutory period of 48 hours under police custody.
Okay.
So that was the clarity I just wanted to make. I don't want to dwell on too much argument. If they want to know my proof, people want to know my profile, let them call back in Liberia. People are still calling me to give my expertise there.
Thank you for your input.
Anyway,
Thank you
just
for the
say
clarity. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Samuel.
You get question? You get question for him?
I thought you were a school teacher, but anyway, yeah.
Oh, go on, Francis.
Yeah, but that's why you shouldn't join to somebody.
Right.
I'm sorry he was a school teacher, but he's my comrade. He's my
Yeah, but you said the fellow didn't know anything about policing. Now he told who he is.
The man gave me the impression that he was a school teacher, my man. That's what the man told me.
Yeah, listen, Paul. Hello?
Okay. Yeah. So this
my
is
apologies. My apologies to Samuel. I apologize, Samuel.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, good. You are a gentleman.
Right. Interesting.
Let me make one or two statements here. What the officer that just left, what he said, that's a fact. Police, that's why I said from the beginning, I said the police have a discretionary power. So your lawyer can come in and say that I'm signing for my client, and so long the matter have not reached to the court, the police have a right to deny it until the situation go to the police, to the court. Or you have a right to release the question to the lawyer.
Before
discretionary decision from the police. Police can do that.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say here, what makes people to look at this thing to be so political is this. You see what happened, any issue, starting over any investigation, if you don't do it proper way, and you always end to this kind of situation. When the investigations at the capital, the way police started the investigation, did it on a wrong footing. From my point of understanding in terms of investigation, because when you go to a crime scene, you don't do therapy on a crime scene. Those that are necessary to be arrested need to be arrested. Those are suspects.
So let me hold you there. Dolly, I want you. Let me hold you there. And this is the question I will ask before we move on to the next topic. At the crime scene, when the place was on fire that morning, that particular morning, it was still on fire when the president and his entourage went to the place there, and he made this remark that this place is not for hooligans, and there was an arson attack. The reason why I asked the question earlier is Liberia a normal country or a serious country? This is what I come in. Because in a serious country where investigation have not gone carried out, it happened under the George Weah time about the two editors that they found dead on Broad Street, and that case just when it seemed nothing happened. In normal country, when a president investigation have not been carried out, and he said it's an arson attack, isn't that where police from a normal country will visit him to find out where he remember that for so he be person of interest? Let me ask you two police officers here. In a normal country, will the president be called in for questioning?
Francis, you want to come in or you want me to come in first?
Francis, the police officer, I just want to know because I know the reason
let me tell you
what I'm saying this during the COVID-19 here in the UK. Listen, Francis, I want let me finish so you can come in. Boris Johnson was the prime minister here, and they have something he went wrong, and the police went to his place to question him. In a situation where the president have said it's an arson attack without any investigation, will he be brought in for questioning, or will the police go to him to question him what he remember that in a normal country? This is why I say is Liberia a normal country. So the two police officers here, let me hear your view. Yes.
Paul, let me tell you something. We should not dilute this topic and make it look just like it's something like the jumping down market kind of conversation. Look, president can go and the president said this is an arson attack. When something is burned, it's down, it's an arson attack, it's an arson. If car knocks somebody down, hit him.
So hold on.
Listen,
no other thing can cause fire. Wouldn't have to be arson.
I mean, the general term for fire is arson. Electrical fault the people went there. The president and his team went there. And the president said an arson attack. Other people say electrical fault. So the thing the police will be going all around me, ask people who had the opinion all around, say, oh, is that electrical fault? Tell me, come tell us which wire or poppy, which wire you think or poppy that disconnected. Go there, who brought kerosene or who brought this and that, go investigate all around. Do you think how the police work?
Can I come in, Paul? Can I come in quickly?
Do you think how the police work?
The reason why I asked this question,
I'm just saying.
Because it was based on his statement that the police ran with.
Yeah. Okay, but let me come in.
Now what the police went with now?
No, listen. Lambo, I you want to say something? Because I have something to say here.
Let Lifo come
let Lifo come in and follow.
Let Lifo come up.
Okay. First of all, let me give me one correction to Francis. Not all fire are arson.
I agree.
No, but you just said that because Paul asked a question. So that only arson. Paul, what was the question? You asked whether
I heard I said electrical fault as well. If wire pop around, so it's going to be electrical fault.
It's not an arson. Arson is the deliberate act of setting fire on anything. The deliberate act.
But that was a deliberate act.
Yeah, but then that was not the question. The answer to Paul's question, because Paul asked that so that every fire that arson, and then he said
no. Paul's question was that they should go and ask the president because the president should have gone on an investigation because he said was asking.
The last statement that Paul asked, so that many asked.
Let Paul read point 5 play, my man. Let Paul ask.
Yeah, okay. Go back the video, you can hear it. We'll go back the video, you hear it. I'm sitting quietly, I'm not talking.
So, all right. Yeah, wait. Let me clarify this. Yeah, my question here was, when the place was still burning, the fire have not gone completely. The president and his entourage went to the Capitol building. We get a video evidence here where he said this place is not for hooligans and there was arson and the people will be investigated. without any investigation that took place. It was 2 days later before the fire service and police came up with their investigation. So I'm saying in a normal country, with the police not paying visit to the president, the
Yeah,
father,
Paul, I understand all that question.
how did he know that was an arson in normal
I
country?
understand that
The
question.
reason why I asked that question, let me finish. The reason why I asked that question, right?
Go ahead.
Yeah, and then Francis said every fire like that is arson. Yeah.
Lanford, go
Which is
ahead.
false.
Linford, you still flowing?
Which is false. Every fire like that is not arson. Because you can be cooking electric, you can be cooking in your house, maybe you forget the food, it burn, and fire catch your house. You did not, because the definition of arson is the deliberate act of setting a property on fire. That means you plan to do it. Say, no, I'm going to burn this place.
Premeditated.
But,
premeditated. If you calculated it into
when the president went to the scene that day and he made that statement, now, look, hey, man, for God's sake, or country like Liberia, where the president got all the, you know, in the interior, I know what you are seeing, not even the interior, no, in Monrovia, they get a small bulk. One small bulk can be on the ground with a whole lot of low on the back. You can't hardly see it, but you can be carrying that thing. The president get all the power in Liberia. The power from the judiciary, the one from the executive, the one from the legislature. You got everything on his back. He can say this and it will happen. You think the president in a country like Liberia, the president will come on the scene of a fire and say, this is arson and attack? What do you expect Gregory Coleman to say? Or Gregory Coleman that was appointed by the president can say, today you go and you go. Okay, so it's simple. You're not in a country, what we have is a structure of a democracy, but which is not functional democracy, okay, where the power lies in the hands of one person, the rest of the people, they get follow. You think all this guy, and you are not, you're not understand our own governance systems and system. So when the president already called the case, so what did you expect Gregory Coleman? When the forensic people that came, the fire service experts that came from America, their statement, it was quite different. Okay? They didn't say anybody said it, but they said they saw traces of inactable things, like cans of, cans containing gasoline. Okay? But the president came without any briefing, nothing. He's not fire expert. I not seen working at fire service before he came say, oh, the arson and the hooligans did it. He even described the people who did it, hooligans. So the people who they're arresting today, we're supposed to know them to be what? Lawmakers. So were they hooligans?
All right. Should I come in now?
So guys, coming back, Dolly, they will move on because I asked the question earlier, said Liberia is a serious country. You say yes. So now it bringing back to what I said. That's what the question came from.
Thank you very much. Yeah, let me see. I will continue. I will stay with him on world that Liberia is a serious country, and majorities of our inhabitants are not serious minded. I will stay within that statement. You see, the country, Liberia is a serious country. Let me go to the nitty-gritties of this particular argument. The president's statement, he made his statement out of anger or a prejudice. The statement was prejudice. So, and that's why in a civilized society, in a responsible society, one found out that someone is angry, you do not allow the person to preside over an issue. Because sometimes your anger will supersede your sound decision. So the activity that be going on in the day, everybody know that the president of the republic take a side. Everybody know that. He should take one side of the crisis group against the other. So that anger will stay in him until they fire him up. So when he came on the scene of the fire, the anger will stay in the stomach of him. So you have to wash it up by making irresponsible statement. So What you just said that Laburo, if you, I mean, any civilized country, if the leader make a statement, arbitrary statement, or take a song and an unexpected decision, the law enforcer have a right to caution him. Yes, it happened in a civilized country, but not in Africa. Show me one African country that the people make some error or he do something out of the way, and the police have gone there and invited him for a caution. Show me one. So
That one made the country now normal country, because if the police are afraid to ask the president question, then this.
Listen. These are the
That's the point I'm making. God, this is the question I ask.
Doesn't mean that the country
it's not normal, because normal country that we get this. Look, we've been hearing this thing about we follow the rule of law. So in Liberia, everybody say, oh, there's a law take place, we follow the rule of law. So the president is not above the law. If he made some kind of mistake, he need to be questioned because he's not above the law. So nobody should tell me here, say, in Africa, the president, no, he's not above the law, because they keep saying they believe in the rule of law. So when you make a mistake, the law should go after you. If I'm a police officer in Liberia, I will go to Joseph Newman Boyka and question him. Who told him that was arson attack? That's the point.
Look, I think your question, I think it is bordering on sentiment, because the president or anybody that beside the president,
it's not a sentiment. Just it's normal.
Well, I mean, where there are statements being made in the UK there, why the police do go after politicians and other people? Do they? This statement does not justify.
Oh, they go to jail for coming here.
It does not.
I can give you example.
It does not give. Let me tell them. It does not get clean for investigation. Now the president said there was this asking attack. You're going to ask the president, how come he's asking attack? Where were you? I mean, come on.
That's a gross insubordination.
No, this thing is good. Remember the incident that happened with the two editors that their body was found on Broad Street? It was John Weir who said they were making law. They got that case from because how the John Weir know they were making law. This is where the police need to come in and ask.
George Weir never said that. George Weir never said that.
He said it.
No.
He said that.
He said the
he said it, Francis.
No. That's the part of the tip you're listening to. Joe Weir said the people down there, you see the people making love, they called that part up, then they just added the men making love. Joe Weir have never said that. They played that tape over. What you got?
Okay, so who was saying that the people making love? So who said that the people making love?
That's
the public that were crying for the people. They didn't want to see the people making love.
Listen, we're public. That was the Unity Party people and the ANC people edited that part of the tape and said the only ran with that part.
No, the question is. I'm just asking you. You listen to the whole tape.
Are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm saying that the president he has just said the people died. Now you're saying the people are making people.
Yeah, but the question now is the question. Yeah, I agree. That's what he said. But my question to you is, who were the people that said that the people were making love? Is it the same people that were crying for them? Or
there were a lot of people who have different opinions. They have different versions.
Okay. Let's move on, guys.
Let's move on.
We cannot tend to trivialize issues. I mean, and make it make it.
No, the thing is, well, seen here in a normal country, you wait. The president, especially, you wait until investigation, then you can come up to have a press conference and say, look, he been briefed already, but on the day the fire when he comes to this, that is so wrong. So if people take it now, take his word and run with it, and this is where the witch hunt come into play. because the president said this, the
because
RG
the
decided to
president
run with
said
it.
that, so
This is what we are seeing. It's a witch
because the
hunt.
president said there's an arson attack, so it negates the fact it negates the investigation that the investigators said there's an arson attack because the president said it. Right?
So
When the president said that, the next day
the president have not said if
Francis,
the president has
Francis,
said
are you
this
saying
was
that
an accident, so you and the forensic team investigators found out that there's an accident attack. You say, oh, the president said there was an accident. Where you're seeing that there's an accident attack?
On whose investigation is a police decision or accusation are based?
It's on the police. It's based on the president's decision. It based on the president. It's the police, not it's the police duty. It's the police duty to carry investigation when crimes are committed.
Why is the police? Why is the police having different report or different conclusion from the forensic experts that came from abroad to come and do their work? Because the forensic expert did not say that.
Because from America, you and I can have two different reports. You and I can have two different investigations and come up with different findings.
You policemen, you not fire servicemen. So
you and I, two law enforcement officers, we have two investigations and we can come up with two different findings.
Francis, let me tell you something. As far as I am concerned, the starting of the entire episode started wrongly by the police department.
You say that, I agree, but you cannot tell me the person said
from my experience, we started it wrongly. So when you start something wrongly, to make it right, to make it real, sometimes it can be difficult because you are already started it wrongly. Number one, Francis, you work in a Labrador National Police. You work at the riot control department. When you were sent to the riot control areas, what did you do? Did you do any cherry picking, or you control everybody like that?
I was not a riot controller. I was an anti-robbery, anti-terrorist officer. I'm not one rioting.
You were ATU?
You mean an ATU?
You were the ATU.
The rapid response unit.
Guys, let's transition because the time fast. Wait, Francis. Paul. Francis. During Joe Meyer time, when I was in the police force, listen to me. I beg you. The team, the riot response unit that you're talking about, we were calling them task force, special task force.
The task force was still existing. My unit was there.
Listen to me. We have special task force. When Bernard Samuka became director of police, he brought in this rapid response unit something. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they were doing the similar work, controlling the crowd, controlling the violent activities here and there.
In the night.
What are in the day? I work with task force. I work with control. I work with different.
Go ahead. Call your question.
Yeah. What I'm saying here is, when the police first were called to Capitol building, we could see their action was violent, which was completely wrong. They are nation police. They are not police. But because of the politics in our security sector today, things are very, very going wrong in our security sector. When we saw it, there's a lot of videotape on this, the activity of the police. A lot of video recording on them. How do you perform?
Let's move on because
this started wrong, and that's the one still following me all the way to where they are today. And man, they got some star and sober lawyers.
Send the case is in court now.
It's in court now. You will see the end result.
Senate
government
case
want-
is in court, and we can all have our own say.
If your government want to get good news, you will say, oh yeah,
Pardon?
people say, yeah, that's true. So let the people go home free. You want to have a good. If you don't want to have a good news, you will say, no, I don't agree.
Right.
You will go to jail. So that's a Liberia. That's Africa.
Okay.
Don't leave Liberia alone. That's Africa. So I rest my case from there.
So we move on. Guys, you embrace yourself for the next 12 months because the drama in Liberia is good. This NR 5 person plus 4 other people in jail. So if you look at it, about 9 person in total. So the drama in Liberia, you put your television on, you will enjoy the work going on. This in a political theater that the country will not go nowhere. So let's transition. Before we transition, we'll take a quick commercial break, and then we'll go to this cow thing with George Weah and the Doe family.
Di Lorenzo, G Grace. Hems vocal, Liberia number one vocal, Liberia number one, right? Okay.
The phrase, a new sheriff is in town, does not only belong to law enforcement. How about the introduction of Liberia's premier vodka, a quality and customized liquor for all occasions? Try the flavor of your choice. Hans Vodka, Hans Honey, Hans Bitter, and Hans Original Vodka. Hans Vodka has no hangover. That's why they say Papa drank Mama happy. Hans Vodka is sold in all stores, shops, supermarkets, and entertainment centers in Liberia. For wholesale, contact Hans Vodka at 0777 001114, 0777 000 We can also be reached via social media on Facebook and IG at Hans Vodka or www.hansvodka.com. In the United States, please contact Hans North America Incorporated at 610-543-9289, 484-888-1622, 484-755-8411. Hans Vodka is approved by the U.S. federal government. Hans Vodka brings out the real man in you.
I tell you in my core, in my blood. Every time when I stay on the block, everybody knows it. We hustle. And forgot that number one. Oh, from Liberia all around. In supermarket store and everywhere. And forgot that number one. Oh.
Hans Vodka. So this is the other story that is trending in Liberia. Guys, Linford, I will start with you. This thing about cow and money that George Weah visited the bereaved family and he gave $5,000 and cow. But then the daughter of President Doe, for some reason, send the money and the cow back. Linford, this story been trending. What say you talk to us, talk to our audience, want to know what's behind this story?
Okay, yeah, this is a very good story, interesting, more interest story. But before I go to that, I will just give my final cut on what we were talking about. Because I sat down all the time, I didn't do much talking. Now, we're talking about the president's premature statement at the site of the fire. And when you are the last person you are the most powerful person in the country, you should be the last person to speak. Because even today, when you say, let all Liberians go to war, we'll go. Nobody can ask what we're going for, we'll go. Or if we're fighting war and you say, everybody lay down your arm, we lay it down. You are the most powerful person. Donald Trump went to California, to LA, where he said when he deployed the National Guard right away without the consent of the mayor and the governor and all these things, and see how people are complaining about what he did. You see it? Because he took an electoral decision. You are the most powerful person in the country. Before you make any statement, you should be very careful. Now Donald Trump and the mayor of LA and the governor of the whole California, they are in row right now. The governor say you not respect what he said. Okay, the governor say you stand by his people. So I'm just giving this example to let our leaders know that you do not speak like Dole was saying that he spoke out of anger. Who you angry with? You are the last man to get angry with anybody in that country. You get angry, say you're slaughtering men right here, also they will do it. About the order. And my brother Samuel Wilson just said something just now. The president premature statement automatically committed the police to do anything I want to do. And if you listen to Gregory Coleman in this last episode about the people going to jail, what he said the case have been politicized. He says it's a political case. So there's nothing strange about this thing. So we move to the cow. Cow, man, we eating dry or we buy a cow by pound, then you're refusing it. Well, I don't know. This thing with the Doe family and former President Weah is a deep thing that we, the public, do not understand. What we see out in the public is what we just comment on. But I think there is something deeper, some underlying factor. Because my knowledge tells me that uh, President Weah and former President Doe, they come a long way. In fact, at some point, they used to call him his son. I remember when I was young boys, very young, we used to go on the football field early in the morning. Okay, I remember some game, don't start play. I remember we are there, were riding one open top car and one of those cars. Can you imagine that a footballer will ride the president's car? So they come a long way, and we don't know what was happening between the two and what the kind of relationship they had. Okay, and also there is this story about this thing Mami Do and George Weah. Somebody wanted somebody did not want somebody. That one I don't know much about it. Okay, because I haven't gotten that story correct. But then it happened that the Doe family, especially the Mami Do, have been complaining when the mother died right away. She came up and exposed that George Weah refused as president to give her mother's retirement benefit or whatever benefit that belonged to her. And also, the woman went to visit him, and he kept the woman sitting down from I think 11 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the night or something like that, very long time. Okay, and when he came, he threw insults at the woman. So all these things have been playing out, and so for George, we have to be aware of all of those things that are happening, and then take cow and money to carry to the family for burial. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't think he actually calculated this, because in the first place he would have been in constant contact with the family and make sure that the family is willing to accept whatever he gave, or whether his visit alone will be accepted by the family. But again, he also said that he was not going there. It wasn't his plan to go there. He was going somewhere, and then somebody called him to pass there. So I guess during that time when they called him to pass there, that's when he later this. Asking you never call him to go there. And you remember when he was donating the cow, he said Finda Bono will bring the cow. So that means these things were not there before he went there. But because Aston you never told him to pass there, that's when he decided, Finda, he took a phone and called Finda, get 2 cows ready and some rice and carry it to the Doe family and passing there. So that's why he said,
a point of correction,
can have the cow.
For a point of correction, when he was there was an elderly woman that went to him, said, if you can't visit like that, you bring cow. There were requests from the people that were sitting on the mat. So you can flow.
Okay, that's because my statement is based on what I heard him say, that Finda will bring the cow and your the animal and you're gonna take it. And then when he said that he was not going there, but I said you never told him to go there, so then it makes me to believe that it was not his initial plan to carry these things. But however, the car was refused, and I don't think because I don't think that was also the right thing to do. In my tradition, I don't know about other people's tradition, but in my tradition, which is widely practiced among the Bazo people, the Pele people, and the Mano people, the people from Pong County area there, is that we believe that death can bring people together. Whether you two have been enemies for a very long time, but when death occurs in the family, at that time people will come together, and then you can solve your differences. So I would think that if these people have been having differences, it would have been wise that if President Weah takes this step, the Doe family would have accepted it and move forward. There was a picture today that somebody posted. Let me close on this one. A picture today that somebody posted after the 1980 coup, 5 months after the 1980 coup. Doe himself went to visit the wife of Tower, Victoria Tower. And this picture, you can see Victoria Tower and Joe Hawking, which was a sign of, let's say, we're sorry for what happened and what if the woman had said, no, I don't want to see you. And based on that, somebody also wrote on that picture that the woman was forced to hug Joe because Joe was president. And he had refused maybe to kill her too. So you see, reconciliation, we preaching reconciliation is better, but if we decide to do it, we'll do it once and for all. So how long is Mommy Doe and the entire Doe family going to carry this, grudge against we are forever and ever? I don't know. So the thing is hard to say, especially when it comes to Liberian people thing, because they see Doe were also complicit in the death of other people. So should other people say no, we're not talking to Doe family because you kill our people? So it's hard. And we've been hearing that they want to make the Nima and the Nigerians want to make peace. So I don't know how can they make peace when these kind of things are going on. That's all I can say.
Yeah. So let me bring in Francis before he leave, and then Pat Dolly so we can close the show. Francis, the cow thing. What they can give the cow to the airflow so we can celebrate the July 26th. What's going on? Talk to us about the cow. The cow looking malnourished.
Look, my honest, thoughts about what has happened over the transpired, if the past 24 hours or 48 hours is look. Uh, what President Weah did in terms of the cow donation, I think he was asked to do it, and he did it. Some people would say under pressure. He wanted to to mitigate the tension that was not existing between the two. He and Mami Doe. So I think Mami Doe, I understand. I cannot speak for her. I don't know what actually happened. She says her mother was disrespected by former President Weah. Granted, as your mother, and you got that kind of strong bond, emotional bond, and with your mother, that a lot of us do. But hey, I think it's about time now that you set this thing up. Uh, it's not to score any kind of point. I don't know what was so egregious about that. Prince Johnson K, your father on national TV, call it to do other thing, and then you forget Prince Johnson Nigeria. So I don't know what Joey did so much. Probably because he fired her brother. And Joey president, I mean, look, even if he doesn't do a big, I mean, that position, you have other people who are serve that position. Maybe they were giving something, maybe they giving something else. But I think this just not necessary at this time. Let Nancy Doe be laid to rest in peace. And all these feud that are going on about Carl and family, and he did not support my mom this and that. Yeah, it happened, man. We'll move on. So then both sides are trying to use it as a political trump cards. The opposition and the ruling party, it tried to politicize the whole thing.
Right.
I think that's it.
So thank you for that, Francis. And let me bring Pat Dolly in so we can close the show. Pat Dolly, Linford said something here. Said those two people might have had history between them. It could be we just talking because I don't see if somebody die, where do classify George Weah as his son, so that means there's a strong family connection over there. But it could be something else that behind a more deeper than this not supporting a man or something, or I don't know. What say you? You can read between the line for us here.
Yes, I think so. The whole episode, you know who caused the problem? The particular problem that happened 2 days ago is the Asin Minabo. He did not play his card well. You know, Asin Minabo is the one that invite former president Joe Weah to come to that program. Joe Weah was meant to travel somewhere. He, he talked to Joe Weah to come and sympathize. Because firstly, when Joe Weah sent a condolence message, there was a lot of statement from all angles against him. So Joe Weah didn't want to come. But I said, told him to come over to speak to the family. When Asa Yinabo called him to do so, Mamidu, according to the information I am getting, Mamidu asked Asa Yinabo, say, look here, this man coming to sympathize, don't have no problem with it. Let him come and sympathize. But I don't want no donation from him. Because when my mom was sick, we wanted him to help us. He didn't even pay a year for it. So the person died now. Whatever he brings, he mean nothing to us. According to what I heard, I was not there. So instead of asking working up the, the peace modality between both of them, so he cannot escalate the way he's happening, he keep quiet on it. Once Joe Weah came, he donated 5,000, 500 50 becquerels. The cow, after the lady had said that the first son will consider you as a first son of Samuel Doe, when you come to the funeral of the wife, the first son always make a car available. And one other person will meet there and say, if I said that 2 cows, then Joe will say, okay, I'll present a 2 cows. Say, Sinabono will bring a cow tomorrow. But this man here, they call Ase Ninabu, supposed to build the tension before the 2 persons meet. One of the things that got the lady angry, according to my observation on the thing, because I see the video, when Joe Weah arrived on the scene, she sent her hand to shake Joe Weah's hand. Joe Weah did not shake her hand.
Okay. So
Again,
That happened. You know, all these things there, these are, that's like what I just said. I say, if you see our president went to the Capitol building and make a sources, remind when somebody is angry, he made behave. So maybe before the people criticize who we are when he do the condolence message and accusation came from everywhere and condemnation came from everywhere against him from the Doe family and things then. That made me not to shake the bare hand. I don't know.
okay. So
and in the meeting, when he was giving a speech, let me learn, I beg you. When he was giving a speech, you know, when you listen to people, when people say something, you will look at the rationale of the statement they're making. So you were able to determine whether this statement was relevant or irrelevant. When you were making a statement, he did mention the video of Nessie Doe that was made before. What Nessie Doe made in a video, in a podcast somewhere, that Joe Weah do XYZ to him. So he was trying to defend himself on that, and that's not a good thing. Such a statement. So these are the things that I can see in the whole thing here. Joria did not make good statement,
Okay.
good decision. The man who's supposed to defeat the program, I mean the tension, he did not do his work. And he declared himself as the head of the family right now, looking after the whole thing. I said, I know very well. Here I was working to finance ministry. I know him.
Right. So Padole, thank you so much on this, and thank you for the information that you provided. And also, I would say I would agree with Limford. It might be something deeper between those two people, because when
Yes.
people die,
Yeah.
that's where you put your differences aside and
Yeah,
say,
that's
okay,
true. That
let
is true.
bygones be back. So
The
it
thing
could
did
be
not start.
deeper than this.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah.
The thing did not just start 2 days ago. No. Everybody know that it did not just start
Because
2 days ago.
at some point, many years ago, we heard this story that George Weah was supposed to marry this girl. So there's so many things behind it. So many stories. Maybe there's some bitterness somewhere here that she carrying. So, but yeah, the old man rest in peace, and let them lay her to rest. That the main thing. So, look, guys, the show I think was good. Linford, talk to our viewers, acknowledge them, and then let's close the show. We'll back here on Friday by God's grace.
I'm not part of your Friday.
Well, unfortunately, I don't control the dashboard again, so I don't see anybody on the dashboard from my side. So I can't
Right.
acknowledge anybody. But from the comment section, I can see Samuel Yosin Wise, who made some very, very, very brilliant contribution tonight on the show. And of course, as usual, Chadelo Brown Chuluple. She's always, if nobody's on the show, she will be the one on the show. And for those of you who came for the first time tonight, we want to say thank you very much for watching. This is the Bottomline Liberian Discussions. We are here every Tuesday and Friday, 7 o'clock Liberian time, 9 o'clock Central European time, and 8 o'clock Great Britain time. I don't know how they call your time, like GMT or something. I don't know. But if you have the opportunity to join us, you can join us. You can join us this coming Friday, and we'll be here to discuss more issues. Francis Mensah is in Sweden. I'm here in Norway. Padoli and Paul Lord Children, they are in the UK. So we are scattered all over the place. And we hope that you can make this place a home. Thank you, guys, and have a happy midweek.
Thank you
So,
very much.
Francis and Padole,
Yes, sir.
any parting comment before we
No, I mean, we have said also. I don't want to thank you all for the for tonight. I want to thank our viewers as well, and the comments that came. As particularly to Samuel Woolsey. I'm just Samuel Woolsey. Samuel we said, and I didn't know you were the police. I thought you were a school teacher. My apologies. Professional. He's my professional.
Did they get more than you? You got to salute that man there.
Oh yeah. I mean, I left the police long time ago. The man that are young people came in the police, so they took over from us. So I spent 7 years in the police, so I want to thank him, for his services to Liberia and the country. So that's all from my end, guys.
Padole, your parting comment, and then we close up for the day.
Thank you very much for allowing me to be part of Bottomline. I will always be available every Tuesday to play my little part.
Okay.
I don't know how. The little one I know about Liberian history is
all right.
Comment on a sincere note. The only thing I can tell anybody, I'm too old to worry about who like me, who don't like me. My worry is to see the truth, to be able to see it. So that's my worry now in my life. So we will always Bottomline.
Okay.
I'm not going to be affiliation in terms of making any statement on the Bottomline. When we want to talk politics, we also on the Bottomline to talk politics. So, Francis, have a lovely night. I wish to see you guys next week. Thank you very much.
Okay, I have a breaking news for you all. The country called England, they have long been beating African nation in football. Senegal just whipped them 3-1 just now. The game just ended. So, they always put England with all of these countries that are not good enough, but they're doing a friendly. They invited Senegal.
Yeah.
Senegal
Who beat who?
just beat England 3-1.
3-1.
Senegal beat
But
England
Sweden
3-1
beat Algeria
in
4-2
England.
today. Sweden beat Algeria
Okay.
4-2.
So,
And that Algeria that was scared right now, bro.
all right. All
Who
right.
beat
So
Nigeria?
anyway,
Wow.
West Africa have just beat England. So it's a good news.
Sweden
But having
beat
said
Algeria
that, we'll
4-2.
be here on.
Anyway, that's a very
Nigeria came back
Having
to
said
score
that,
2
we'll be
goals
here
over
on Friday.
3-0.
that's a very good news. That's
It
a
means that
very encouraging.
football
Yeah,
teaching around
African-
now, right? Football
Yeah.
teaching now.
Yeah, that's a very
Yeah.
but man, you they're a professional player from Senegal playing for the European club. You know that? No?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
So the fact
that's
is
good.
they beat England because this was the
Yeah, I
England
do
that
agree. I
Cameroon
do agree. But
beating
I
in
want you to look
the
at I want you to
1990
look at the
World
element that
Cup.
play that
They
football.
cheated.
Many of them are professional players.
So yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
that's
having said
that's
all
encouraging
that,
news.
gentlemen, to our viewers, thanks for being with us. We back here on Friday. We'll have a full house on Friday. Jamal will be here with us on Friday. We'll go into international on Friday. We'll go into Liberia. Liberia story never end. Maybe by then the police will have produced the graphic evidence that they have, so they can send
But
those
man,
guys
that case
the
by
Capitol
Friday
building
will bring different
behind
story.
bars, and we'll be looking.
By
Guys,
Friday, that case will be out.
But if let
I
me
mean, if you get your big television, put your phone down and enjoy the drama in
Yeah.
Liberia. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You know, let me make a wonderful statement. I hope the government will win the case. If they didn't win the case, if I were the opposition that have been denigrated by the government, I will sue this government. I know that you will not go anywhere, but you will be a rocker.
okay,
But
thank you for that. So to our viewers, we hear next.
I'm positively sure.
We hear next Friday. Follow us again on the Bottomline discussion,
For the bonus from
and
onset.
we'll have a very program coming up. Yeah. So I would let's leave on this note with our commercial, and then we have a break. Have a
Okay.
fantastic evening. We're back here on Friday.
Yeah, good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Yeah, Francis.
Di Lorenzo, G Grace. Hems vocal, Liberia number one vocal, Liberia number one, right? Okay.
The phrase, a new sheriff is in town, does not only belong to law enforcement. How about the introduction of Liberia's premier vodka, a quality and customized liquor for all occasions? Try the flavor of your choice. Hans Vodka, Hans Honey, Hans Bitter, and Hans Original Vodka. Hans Vodka has no hangover. That's why they say Papa drank Mama happy. Hans Vodka is sold in all stores, shops, supermarkets, and entertainment centers in Liberia. For wholesale, contact Hans Vodka at 0777 001114, 0777 000-979. We can also be reached via social media on Facebook and IG at Hans Vodka or www.hansvodka.com. In the United States, please contact Hans North America